Except where them haters, where them hoes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying? Cecil.
Check one, check two. Okay, there's a article I've read, and I'm not going to say who it is, just because I just don't want to cause any type of beef inadvertently. If you know who you are, when you're hit by the stone, you'll holler. But it's the article is telling a story of how one person came up to I guess a less experienced martial artist, and he said, "Your style doesn't work." And he said, "Why doesn't my style work?" And he said, "Well, attack me, and I'll show you." And he attacked the guy, and whatever he was doing didn't work. And then the guy goes, "I'm going to attack you, and you do what you think you're supposed to defend yourself with your style." So then when he fails to defend himself with his style, and then ultimately how it's resolved is that the older slash more experienced martial artist ends up breaking the junior martial artist technique with just simple straight line attacks that rely on power and brute force. So first of all, let me do a style plug of my own. That's what Taekwondo does. Taekwondo, especially the early phases, is relying on straight line linear attacks, straight line punching, straight line kicking. And a lot of karate is like that too. As you get more advanced, you do more circular motions, and then you learn how to get off the center line. But that type of tactic or approach in trying to show somebody just how weak their art is, it's phony. It's really not an indictment of the art that fails to work. And the art that failed to work was not Taekwondo, so don't think I'm just trying to defend Taekwondo. I'm not going to say the name of the art that fails to work. The art that failed to work because the person who was trying to show how ineffective that art was, he already knew something about the art. That's something that's in the article too. If you pay attention, he says this other person had some knowledge of what he was studying. So if he's got some knowledge of what the person's studying, then he knows how to beat it or break it. See, that's not necessarily a real test. Although you should use it as some feedback and make you think of how you can modify stuff. If somebody grabs you and then they go, okay, this is why your escape doesn't work. So give me your hand for a second. Put it right here. All right. So if I grab his hand, right, and knock my hand off, and he can't knock my hand off right away, which he can right now. Let's put it right, there we go. Put it right here. Do it again, knock my hand off. All right, he can't get my hand off, right? And why can't you get my hand off?
Going wrong?
No. Why do you think you can't get my hand off?
You got a really tight grip and you know something kind of like it.
Yep. Oh, we're going to have to pause. All right, we're picking it back up, so go ahead. Let's get you in the camera here. All right, knock my hand off. And you did it that time.
Yeah.
What do you think made a difference?
I pulled back.
Okay, try what you were doing at first. Try to knock my hand off.
Oh, God.
You said, oh, God. Why did you say, oh, God?
I thought I hurt you.
You thought you hurt me. You think that maybe the first time you what?
I wasn't thinking.
Because you weren't what?
Ready.
Not that. What do you think it is?
I wasn't thinking about doing it because I think I have a problem. And I thought you were friendly.
Really grab you?
Right.
That's something else that you're putting in there. So, close. That's not what I'm getting at. What do you think I'm trying to get at? Why it didn't work at first. This time you just did it. What do you think?
I didn't rely on my technique. I didn't trust myself.
Yes, that's another thing. So you got 2 additional points I wasn't going to try to make. Good. What else? You really don't know?
No.
What weren't you trying to do?
Strike.
Okay, you weren't trying to strike.
I was striking before, but this time I was grappling.
No, that's not it. It's not about the technique. It's about your attitude. What was your attitude towards me first?
I thought you were a kind person. I felt kindness stuff. I was feeling like I don't want to hurt this person.
That's it. That's it. You didn't want to hurt me. But the second time, you just went into technique. You just came down and you saw, even though I held on, do it again. This what you did the second time? God, it's even more sensitive.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, God.
When you did it right, he came up and struck. You see I rocked forward? No, you fine. You didn't do anything wrong. He didn't want to hurt me. He didn't want to hurt me. That's the main thing. A lot of times people have trouble. Wait, do the healing thing on me. Let me see if you remember. How many slaps? Thank you. It's 3 in each direction too. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And go the other way. And what's the other way that's supposed to work for both genders? Because you did male then female. No. How's that?
Good.
If you don't know what that is, go get some Q Show videos so you can learn it with somebody charging you. Because you're getting this for free. But seriously, it's because he didn't want to hurt me. When people don't want to hurt you, they hold back and they pull back on their techniques. It's why some people have trouble getting their Q Show knockouts to work. I'm very guilty of that. And when you're teaching people how to escape some stuff in class, they don't want to hurt you. They don't really want to hurt you. I'm his dad. He didn't really want to hurt me. But when he knocked my hand off, he didn't really hit much harder. He just let me go right through the exact technique. And he did it with, he had a lot of control, but I still went, whoa. So think about that sometimes. You don't really want to hurt the person. I figured this out because there was a standard rear bear hug escape that you do that I'm not going to say, but it involves grabbing the person behind you's leg, okay? And somebody was telling me, well, that's not really going to work because if you do, then I'm going to counter it. I was like, all right, go ahead and counter it. And I was a little gingery. I was like, you know what? No, I'm really going to do it this time. And that's when I realized. So when he grabbed and I'm really going to do the thing, his leg started coming out of the socket. And I felt his leg going out of the socket. So then I let go of it. And I just stumbled a little bit. He was like limping around a little bit. I was like, oh, okay, I see what you mean by your counter. But really, if I had done it like taught and he was trying to counter, it would have made it worse. And he would have ended up getting his leg pulled out of socket. See, that's why a lot of times, like, okay, grab me right here. Okay? This is good. He's going to grab me right here. No, really grab me hard. Grab me for real. Like you don't want me to let go. Now, the average person is just going to do this and start struggling. You see, if I'm using minimal strength, the grab hard, I'm going to use max strength. I'm still having trouble getting it off. Okay? But if I use good technique, I had a little bit of a hesitation, but I had to go in there. I went like this. That didn't work, so I started vibrating. Do it again. This is what I did. So I pushed like this. That didn't work. So I started rubbing to get his hand off. Okay? Now just look at the side of his body. If I do that, you see how I knocked his body forward? Now come at me with the other punch like you were going to do. Oh, see? It was aimed at my face. I got it to go down here. I kind of came down here and I would have came to the thing. But I got control and I didn't hurt him. But if you got somebody that's not that experienced, they're going to be worried about hurting someone. So that's something you need to think about. If somebody says, this is why your karate or whatever, your taekwondo, your judo, your kung fu, your kyusho, whatever it is, it don't work, you may be subconsciously holding back and you don't want to hurt the person. So what I suggest is, instead of saying, I don't want to hurt him, say, I don't want to hurt him that bad, so grab me hard, okay? So this is, I don't want to hurt him. This is, I don't want to hurt him that bad. You see his face, but I ain't want to hurt him that bad. Okay, so grab me again. Let's see if we can get your face. This is, I don't want to hurt him. This is, I don't want to hurt him that bad. Okay, you see his eyes and his face went, and I pulled in a little bit here too. But when I said I don't want to hurt him that bad, I got a little bit more of a subconscious reaction. I had the two-hand technique, had twisting, and this is something I've never done this before. I'm just making this escape up. I guess it's a variation of the downward knife hand block that I practiced back in the day. But I didn't want to hurt him that bad. I didn't want to do this. So knock it off. So just think like that. If somebody's trying to grab you, don't be afraid to hurt them. Just say, I don't want to hurt them that bad if you're trying to demonstrate stuff. Because some people are tactile learners and they're not going to believe that what you do works unless there's a little bit of pain involved. Just a little bit. Peace.